What is good, guys? I made a big mistake yesterday. Holy, oh my gosh, it's so bright outside. Australian sun is killing me. I'm gonna be squinting for the rest of this intro. I accidentally deleted yesterday's intro video, so let's redo it now. This R31 wagon, where is it? There. It's Wayne's. It's a great customer of ours. You'll see it in another video. We did a car review on it. Let's get back inside in the shade. Anyways, we needed to pull the exhaust manifold off, the turbo off, the wastegate off, the dump pipe off, because we need to get it all HPC coated. The reason for that is just ceramic coating and HPC coating it's great for keeping your temps down, your engine bay, makes everything run cooler in there because it kind of contains all the heat inside the piping. So that's what we did. You're about to see me do a time lapse of pulling all of that off, and then from then on I have the footage. So I hope you'll forgive me, I'm sure you will, and enjoy. Alright, so I've pulled off Wayne's exhaust manifold, all the other bits and turbo rear housing and exhaust, downpipe. We are going to be sending all of that off to get HPC coated. And now that I'm finished with that, I get to work on my 34 and figure out what the hell's going on with my fuel pump, because it is freaking weird. So let me show you what I've figured out so far. Alright, so what I've tried first is I thought it might have been my fuel pump controller over in the corner there. That little guy there. But I completely bypassed it and we still have the issue. And when the car kind of first turns on, I was checking my fuel pump relays, these guys here, and I switched those over, but same result, they both are working fine. I tested them. So my thought is something's gone wrong in the actual, like inside the tank with the fuel pump. Either my wiring, my crimps have come loose or something, I don't know. So I'm gonna pull everything out, pull the pump out and see what's going on and test it out of the tank, because everything, when I voltage check everything that's coming here, I'm getting the proper voltage. So something like the pump could be dead. So let's pull it all out, see what's going on. Okay, so I pulled my fuel pump out and I made a discovery. Looks like nothing's wrong with my voltage system. It's just the hose that came on the factory one that I used to just connect to the pump was not submergible, like safe hose, and it's gotten all soft and brittle and broken and split, so no fuel was actually just pumping through to the engine. And then the silicone that I used here has gotten all soft and done the same thing, so I guess that's not fuel safe either. So lesson learned, don't use that, and make sure the hose that you connect to your fuel pump is submergible. So we're going to get some submergible hose now, replace that, put it all back in, and we'll be good to go. And something so simple caused me all of that grief. Wow. Okay, so I fixed the pump and everything. I got some proper 400 series hose that specifically says it's submergible. Put that on there, as well as used some there as well, cut up to kind of like stop the vibrations and things and the noise from coming through from the pump. So I'm gonna reinstall this back in the tank, in the depths and the bellows of the 34. And then we'll try starting her and hopefully everything's all good. All right, fuel pump is now installed. We'll just sit that there for now while we do some testing. I just hooked up the jumper pack because I left the door open, the boot open, and it flattened the battery, the light on. So let's now prime the system onto ignition. Oh, that sounded good. Yes, we have fuel pressure here. I'm on focus. There we go. We've got like 40 PSI, which is exactly where we need it to be. I'm confident that this is gonna work now. Let's try starting her up. Oh, straight away. I'm just gonna listen for the pump. Yeah, I can hear the pump running, which is good. Just make sure she revs. She's all G, guys. We got the 34 back. She's alive. Oh, so glad it was something simple. So good. All right, I'm gonna bolt everything back down, put everything back in place. And then we've got a new radiator and stuff coming tomorrow, which we'll be installing, sorting out the whole cooling issue tomorrow morning before tomorrow afternoon's drift event. Should be a good day. All right, let's take this thing for a quick test drive. Make sure it all feels good. I miss this girl. Oh man, she sounds so good. Back to her normal self. Oh, I missed her. All right, let's do a quick turnaround. We know she's running good now, so that's all we needed to check. Okay, so another update on the 34. When my car was parked overnight after the tune, I got a flat battery the next morning. And then just now I got another flat battery when I reconnected everything. And listen to this. We'll move it over here. So there's something clicking on, and I started investigating the issue. Whenever my battery's on and the car is off, my AC compressor is engaging. So that explains why I was overheating so much. The condenser was just heat soaked the entire time, actually pumping the gas through. And I kept thinking to myself, like, geez, I have the AC off in the car, but the air coming out still was really, really cool. And I was like, what's going on? So it seems like the AC's just been engaging the whole entire time. Now, at first I thought, okay, it must be a faulty relay, right? So I've been checking this relay here, which is the AC one, but there's no problem with it. I've switched it with headlight ones and stuff like that. There's not a single problem. And you can hear the relay engaging to tell it to turn on. So I think there's a setting in the Link ECU that's causing this issue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the car in, I'm gonna plug the laptop in, and see if we can figure that out. I've currently got my friend Cal helping me trying to figure out why the AC clutch keeps turning on. We've narrowed it down to either the AC control module in the dash or the actual ECU itself has something wrong with it. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. All right, so we figured out why the AC clutch kept turning on. It looks like there's actually an issue with the Link ECU. We worked it all down, it's not the AC control unit. Somehow the Link ECU is passing an earth straight to the relay. So most likely a transistor is stuck on or blown inside the Link ECU. And I had all these electrical gremlins when I first got the car back from the knuckles being installed. And I think it was just while my dad was, because the battery had died, I think my dad was trying to jump start it. And I don't know who did it or what happened, but it looks like the battery terminals got kind of shorted out at some point because it blew a whole bunch of fuses. And yeah, I think it just may have fried that transistor in the ECU. So after I leave here, we're gonna send the Link ECU off to Link to get repaired. And then they'll fix it, send it back. It'll probably cost like $200-ish. And then we can throw it back in and that issue will be fixed. So for now, I'm just no AC. I've unplugged the relay entirely for the clutch fan so that AC compressor won't keep turning on now. Anyways, let's see what else we're doing tonight. Just helping out the guys right now with this RX-8 that we've done an LS swap. Holding it on. And they're trying to find the crank source so they can tie it into the new LS loom. So what I've got to do is just sit in here and hold the key on to cranking. And then once they find that, I'll tie that in, do a bunch of other stuff. That's off. Yep. And just a bunch of communication backwards and forwards pretty much. Alrighty, Cal found the crank wire, this little guy here. He's gonna run that up to the relay on the wiring kit. Then we might be able to start cranking it. Won't start yet, we've got a long way to go before we can get her running. But that's exciting. All clear? Alright, we're gonna try cranking her now. Alright, 3, 2, 1. No. Alright, I think we got it now. You confident? Alright. Oh yeah, that starter cranked. Alright, I am exhausted, so I'm gonna head home, leave these guys to it. I need to catch up on some sleep. We're driving tomorrow night at Archerfield again. It's gonna be a fun time. And yeah, hopefully I'll see some more of you guys there. If any of you guys come out, just come up and say, hey, not gonna bite. Don't mind if anyone says hi. Don't think you're ever gonna bother me. Unless of course I'm like in the middle of putting out a fire in my car or something. Got a bit of a sore throat, so I'm struggling to talk. But I'll head home and then we'll wrap up the vlog. Okay, so today was super productive. I'm so happy with how much I got done today. Starting off today, we edited the Archerfield video and got that up perfect so that it would be live on time for my current schedule. And then we pulled apart Wayne's R31, which was just awesome. We got all that pulled apart and ready to send off to HPC coating. Then after that, I fixed the 34. We figured out the fuel pump issue. Nothing broke, no money spent there, just had to replace some hose. And then what else happened? I figured out why my car was overheating, because of the AC clutch always being engaged, which is a weird issue. Looks like something funky is happening with the ECU. Doesn't look like it's a setting thing, so I'm going to call Link tomorrow, get them to remote in and just double check everything, and then we'll kind of go from there. But it's okay, I just pulled the relay for now, so the AC just doesn't turn on at all. The clutch won't turn on at all. But yeah, the whole reason why my car was overheating, AC pump was, clutch was engaged, so the engine was working twice as hard. And then two, I can't believe I was drifting with that on, like, come on. And then two, the condenser in front of the radiator would have been boiling hot, because it was just non-stop on, which would have been pumping the gas through, and that's the expansion, like where the gas is expanded, so that's when it's really hot, and it's getting compressed rapidly to be sent back to the condenser inside where your fan is, which is where the cold air comes out. So it was just this boiling hot thing in front of the radiator, always constantly drawing in hot air. So that's why my car just struggled so much keeping cool, when I've never had that issue before. But I still bought a new Koyo Rad, because it's time to get rid of that cheap eBay thing in there that we just use as a cheap replacement when we were working on my car, me and Sammy. Actually, this was like the first time we were hanging out. We were working on the 34 together. And we pulled that top radiator hose off, and the radiator just snapped with the hose. Like, we weren't even twisting or pulling hard, it just broke in our hands. So I quickly jumped on eBay, bought the cheapest radiator I could find as a temporary fix, because we wanted to go to a track to do cruise and coffee. And yeah, we put that in and it worked pretty well, and I was kind of like, well, I mean, don't replace what's not broken, right? So I just left it. But it's not a proper flowing radiator. Like, it doesn't have like anything separated so that the flow goes you know, from the bottom of the radiator over to the other side, the left hand side, then up and through and out. This just connects straight top to bottom, so a lot of the time the hot water can just come straight out from the bottom to the top. It's not efficient. So the Koyo Rad has all that proper like ducting inside that directs the flow to go through both sides of the radiator and up through into the top of the head. So yeah, that'll probably help a lot more. So we're going to put that in tomorrow, as well as a Nismo thermostat, so that should help out heaps. But yeah, otherwise today was just so productive. Figured out everything with the 34, and then we also did some work on that RX-8 and got it cranking, which then means probably tomorrow it'll start running. Last time we worked on that was actually when I was last in Japan, and you guys saw it. We were making brake lines then for it. So that's like a long time ago. It's come such a long way now, and it's pretty much getting close, a few more touch-ups, and it'll be going home to the customer soon. So that's pretty cool. It's been a long, kind of slow build. These things happen, like, you know, it just depends on customer and things like that, and their time frame and budget and stuff. And so, you know, I mean, if a customer wants something done ASAP and they come in and just bam, get it done, then in that situation it's a bit different, right? Anyways, I don't really know what else to say. I'm tired, I'm wrecked, and I want to go to sleep. So thanks heaps for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you don't mind these rants at the end of the video, but I think it's just a nice way for me to interact with you and just be real, you know what I mean? I feel like there needs to be a lot more real people on YouTube. Anyways, don't forget to check out the Discord and all my other social media. And if you do want to support what I do, the daily content and everything, while I'm not at like a big status yet with heaps and heaps of subscribers and heaps of views, the best way to do that is to join the Patreon. Go check it out. There's a link down in the description. And check out those tiers. They're pretty cool. And I think that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video. Ciao, matane.